This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through your Palomino Palomini number 183 RDB. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer working towards the rear. So you have scissor style stabilizer jacks, and keep in mind you have a LP quick connect right down here to hook up a grill or a griddle or any low pressure LP appliance. Okay, you got a power awning. This is just a service panel for your refrigerator. Obviously that's power. You've got outside speakers. Your stairs fold into the trailer. If you're on uneven terrain, you can pull this pin right here and slide the legs up and down and adjust them as needed. That is the crank for your stabilizer jacks. You can also use a 3/4 inch socket on it, which is what most people use these days on a drill. You got LP tank, a deep cycle marine battery. This is where you hook up the water. Most commonly you'll use this hookup right here. It's your city water connection. So you just hook the hose on there, turn on the water, and your whole trailer is ready to go. If you go to a campsite that does not have plumbing on the campsite, a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can fill your fresh water tank right here and carry water with you. So you would fill up ahead of time, and then you can just use your electric pump that's in the trailer to pump the water for you. So even if you don't have plumbing on the campsite, if you're out in a more rustic setting, you still can use all your plumbing. Your water heater works on gas. The switch to operate it is inside. This is the plug to drain it right here. See if I'm getting my finger here. There it is right there. Okay, right there. It takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to take the plug in and out. Always make sure there's water in the tank before you run the gas burner on it. You always got to check to make sure you have water in it. That's important. Also, if you're going to winterize it yourself, you need to bypass the water heater before you pump antifreeze into it in the fall. There are valves on the back of the water heater that have to be switched, so keep that in mind, all right? And this is just an outside shower, kids and dogs and feet. Right here, you have your dump valves. Okay, let's see what we got here. You got your black right there. Okay, and then your gray is right here. So you're going to put the hose on there, obviously. The other end goes in the dump station. You dump the black first. The black is for the black tank, which holds toilet water and waste. Then the gray is sink and shower water. So you dump the black first, then the gray, because the gray water is cleaner, obviously. It'll clean out the hose a bit. Okay, you have a slide room. You've got a 30 amp power cord that is 30 feet long. All right. This housing up here tells us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to put a backup camera on it, you have to get a Furrion camera that fits in that housing. All right. Also, while we're looking up, all trailers have to be inspected at least three times a season. So you want to go up there or have somebody up there in the spring, in the fall, and once in the middle of the summer. Just checking all the seals on the roof. Make sure there's no cracking or separation starting. And someday you will find that, like all trailers, and you have to have that touched up. Okay, so here we are inside. This is your monitor panel here. There's your GFCI right here. So, let me just set that down. Your awning, you extend it like this. Here, on this one, let me get back out and show you. You have to make sure that your door is at a 90-degree angle from the wall, so your awning arm doesn't hit your door when the awning's going out, all right? So, awning extend. You can see that it just goes out. It goes out 8 feet, and it goes out until you see the awning tube. Once you see the awning tube, you know you're out all the way. Never leave it out unattended. If you're going to leave the campsite, then roll it in, because the wind can damage it in just an instant. So make sure you always roll it in when you're not at the campsite. Your slide room right here. You're just going to hold the button so your slide out gets all the way out. Okay. Also here at the control panel is your water pump. I told you you can pump your own water. That would be right here if you have fresh water or water in the fresh water tank. To light it on gas, it's right there to light your water heater on gas, that is. Okay. To check your levels, your battery's charged. Your fresh water has 2/3 in it, but we're still water testing it, so it'll be drained when you get here. Black is empty. As it fills, it graduates up in 1/3 increments, obviously. You just have one gray tank in this, not two. So this is a standard panel, so the gray tank is empty. Alright. This GFCI, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this GFCI, so even if you're using a plug outside and it pops, you're going to reset it right there. This is the thermostat for your furnace. You just click it on and off, that's all. When you click it off or to the left, you should hear it click, and you'll know it turned off. It'll still run for another minute or two, but that gas goes off immediately. Okay. Alright, so this is your radio and disc player. So it plays discs here, and you can stream off this USB. You can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth and stream from your phone or tablet. You have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside, 2 is outside. So it does a lot, considering you're camping. So it has a lot of good features. Also, and a remote control. Also, this is your cooktop. You just light it with a lighter. Your microwave looks like any other microwave. This is where your TV will go if you put one in. This should always be on, like it is right there. That's a signal booster for your digital antenna, so it should always be on. Your refrigerator is gas absorption. So to turn it on, you just do that. Auto means electric, so you're generally going to run it on auto. The reason they call it auto is because it automatically searches for electricity. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch for gas. Or if you're using electricity and you have a power outage, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. You can pull it down the road dedicated to gas just by going like that, but generally you're going to have it on auto. One last thing, this device here with the wire going up into the clip there, that's a thermistor. You're going to want basically it up all the way, slide it on up all the way, and the higher you go with it, the cooler the refrigerator is. You're going to have it up as high as it goes. Okay, this device down here is the power converter. It converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC, or over to 12 volt DC. So you have regular household circuit breakers here, they're 110 AC and they're labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You got 12 volt fuses and they're labeled. If any of the fuses were to blow, they'll light up and you can see them through this perforation here. Also, when you're plugged in, this is also a battery charger, so it'll keep your battery charged. This device here is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it goes off, take everybody outside, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. It'll detect carbon monoxide buildup and LP gas. Okay, this couch jackknifes flat into a bed. You can obviously drop your table down onto the cleats and it becomes a bed. And then you have a bunk up here that you can push all the way up to get it out of the way also. So it can sleep a lot of people, obviously. All the lights will have a button in the middle to turn them on. Obviously your controls for your AC are right on the air conditioner. The thing to know about the bathroom, everything works pretty much the same as at home, except the toilet, you have to have water and chemical in the black tank to start using it. So the first thing you do when you get to the campground, you hook up your water and your power. You'll dump whatever chemical you use right in the bowl, whatever product. You just read the directions and find out what one dose is. Then you're going to step on this. And here, let me turn on the pump just so you can see what I'm talking about, because we do have onboard water, if you recall. So there goes the pump. Alright, so when you step on it, it'll flush. So what you do is you put your chemical right in here, then you're going to stand on the pedal and put about a gallon of water in the tank. There's no way to tell exactly what that is, just use common sense, that's about a gallon. Like I said, you have to, when you first start off, the black tank, which is directly below the toilet, has to have chemical and water in it to start using it. So keep that in mind. Also, always run your fan when you're running the shower, so you can pull the humidity out of the trailer. These are built super tight these days, so you want to be able to pull the humidity out. Options down the road, if you wanted to add a power vent in here, for example, like a real nice, fantastic fan or max air, 4-speed, that can be done, so keep that in mind. That way, On the days where you don't quite need air conditioning, it'll pull quite a bit of heat out. So that's always an option. Okay. All right, I think I've covered everything in here. I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer at National RV Detroit. Make sure you have to winterize it in the fall. And like I stated, it's important, that very, very important, that you inspect your roof 3 times a season or have someone else do it. Every trailer owner needs to do that. That's just part of owning a trailer, okay? Thank you very much.